Welcome back, everybody. So my next movie review for you is Robocop 2. So before I get into this movie review, I'm going to say that I do not hate this movie in any way, shape, or form. I just really do not enjoy it as much as I do the first movie. Yes, we get to see the return of Peter Weller as Robocop, and we get introduced to a new villain in the form of Kane, who basically is this drug lord who is supplying Detroit City with this drug called Nuke. Robocop then goes on this mission to go and hunt him down, and basically this guy gets turned into a robot towards the end. Or basically, this robot, he's been turned into a robot on the intention that it's the replacement for Robocop, or the more improved version, but yet with this evil mind or this evil person brain in the helm of this robot or this machine, basically all hell breaks loose. And that is pretty much the whole of the story of this movie. There is a massive build up for this end fight scene, which to be fair is a little bit disappointing, to be honest with you. And this movie, the problem I've got with this movie is it's lost its rawness that the first one had. Okay, there's a few things that are off with this. One, the way Robocop looks in this one. He's blue and shiny. That was a big kind of downside for me because it already, just from the look of Robocop, lost the feel and the kind of texture that we got from the first movie because it's all shiny and bluish and more metallic and all that, which I can get. He probably gets upgraded or gets his armor changed or he's being shot the hell, blown up or whatever. I get it, but it's lost it, if that makes sense. You lose that kind of connection that you had with the Robocop you had from the first movie just because of that. Other problems with this movie is the fact that they changed the theme music as well, which I hate so much. I really do. The fact that this movie, honestly, and I'm not over exaggerating in this one, I honestly believe that this movie would have been a better movie if they just kept the theme music, the original theme music. And I know these are like kind of small, or they seem like small petty things, but those two things alone are enough to change the feel and style that you're used to from the first movie. Like I said, it kind of lost its rawness in this one as well, which the first one is very unique. It's very special. I do hold a big love for this movie, and the second one just seems a lot. Obviously, this movie is not so much focused around the fact that it's a revenge mission for Robocop. He is now doing what he was built to do, and that is basically fight crime. But yeah, it's lost something in here, and I know, like I said, the change of the theme music in this, the look of Robocop are two small petty little things, but there's enough for me for it to change a little bit. And Peter Weller in this movie as Robocop in this again, he's not moving. I don't personally think he's moving quite the same as what he did in the first one. It's very different. It's slightly off. It just feels weird. And again, I know these things are only small, but they're enough for me not to put me off it because I do not hate this movie, but not to enjoy it as much. The idea of what they're doing is actually really good, and I really like the idea, but it just seems like that there was a massive build up to this big end fight scene, which then was a bit of a letdown, to be fair. To be honest with you, I have to be honest with you, the trailer is actually more exciting than the whole of the movie. And that's just from a trailer. That being said, like I said, I do not hate it. There are good parts of this movie. One, you get to see RoboCop coming back. Yes, you get to see him do some crime fighting at the beginning of this movie. He does get basically dismantled and destroyed and all that kind of stuff, which is a trend for RoboCop anyway. Essentially, he is a cyborg. He is a robot. It's going to be quite easy if you can capture him to dismantle him. You get to see that a lot, and you get to see different things if his program is basically tampered with and all that kind of stuff. And I liked all that kind of side of it. You get to see a different kind of perspective of him. You also get to see him still struggling with the fact that even though he is a machine, he has subconsciously still got those emotions for his family. And there is a point where he has to let that go. and it's that battle that, those emotions of his human life are still there, but yet he knows he's a machine. He can't give his wife that love, but he remembers them as like it was yesterday. And I like that side of it, to be fair. There are certain different action sequences in this that I actually really did enjoy. There's a great one with the bike, where he's on the bike. I like that kind of side of it. It is a little bit, when I say this is a bit more violent, I'm not saying it's a bit more violent as such. It's what you kind of expect from a Robocop movie, to be fair. Oh, it's one of them, you know. So yeah, like I said, I don't hate this movie. There's just certain things in this movie which put me off this movie. So it's not a movie where I will quite easily go and put it on TV. I won't just make that choice to go and go, oh, do you know what, I want to watch Robocop 2. I will watch it if it was on the TV, but it's not one of those movies which, what am I going to watch today? Robocop 2? I probably wouldn't do that with this movie. It's as simple as that. There are good, like I said, there are good points in this movie. There are a couple of action sequences in there which are actually quite good, I have to be honest with you. And I said the only problem is the end fight sequence. There is a big build up to that, and there's not really a huge battle there as such, which is a little bit disappointing, a little bit let down. But then again, that could be just me wanting more than wanting more, and I just wasn't happy with what I was seeing. So it could be my side. Performances in this, like as a collective, yeah, okay, they're good. Okay, they're okay, but they're not the best in any way, shape, or form. It just seems a little bit off, this movie, to be fair. I don't 100%. There are certain things that are really, really not right with it, and they don't seem right, and they don't fit there. Like I said, just the change of theme music completely changes the whole feel of that movie. Yes, it is still a RoboCop movie, and you get to see RoboCop and all that kind of stuff, but it just loses the feel that the first one had. And even though I could understand or see the direction that they were trying to go in, it's just one of them. It's not one of those movies which I can quite easily just go and turn on the TV and watch. Or put a DVD in, or say, oh, do you know what? I want to watch RoboCop 2 today. I don't get that. I get that with RoboCop, but I don't get it with this movie. But I will watch it, say, if it was on TV. If I was to rate this movie, and this is a difficult one because I don't dislike it and I don't enjoy it. So I'm going to go straight smack bang in the middle. I will go a 5 out of 10. I get what they were trying to do with this, but with the slight changes, just the look of Robocop, with the change of theme music, the fact that there is a big build up to this big battle at the end, which for me, this is my own personal opinion, was a bit of a letdown. Maybe I just wanted to see more of Robocop doing crime fighting stuff. I just want to see a lot more of that, maybe. Um, this is the reason why I'd give it a 5 out of 10. And that's to be honest with you. Like I said, I don't hate it. I get what they were trying to do. It is a movie that I can watch, but I wouldn't go, do you know what? Tonight I'm going to watch Robocop 2. It's one of those kind of movies. I will watch it if it was on, but I won't go out of my way to watch it. So, on that note, please tell me what you think. Put it in the comments down below as normal. I hope you all have a great rest of the day, whatever you're doing. Please take care, and goodbye.